Yo, what's up guys? Just gonna do a quick unboxing video for the Koolertron 54 LED deck or dash grill lights. Brand is Koolertron. On Amazon you can get them for about 20 bucks. These are amber color and amber only, no red or white or blue or anything like that, just amber. The model number is FX51036. The packaging's pretty small, pretty cheap, probably made in China, I'm sure. Yeah, I've already opened the box just to look at some stuff, but all the LEDs come just kind of slopped in there, and they come attached to this piece of crap LED controller here. Yeah, that's about what they look like. Not as big as I thought they was going to be. Probably about 6 to 8 inches long. Yeah, about 7 inches. But I'm not going to put them in my grill because I don't need them in my grill. Got my 1992 GMC Sonoma 4x4. Custom made light rack slash cargo rack here I made. I've already got these wired up. They're bright as shit. Reverse lights as well. But I've already got the switch wired up in here. There's the two for my LED lights on the top. And here's the one I'm going to use for my flashing amber lights. I've already got those ran to a relay under the hood. And when I made this, I made spots to mount the flashing amber lights. It's an 1/8 inch thick steel. Welded this tubing here. Got a point here, point on the other side exactly like it. I've got 2 points right here to mount to on each side. And that's how I'm going to be doing it. Okay, when they come out of the box, you can see they've got a slanted piece at like a 45-degree angle coming off of them to mount to, I guess, your grill or whatever. But I needed them to be at a right angle. And I'll show you how I did that. Hold on a second. Alright. Got one that needs to be bent. Bring it over here. Got my 4-inch vise. Just put it in there. Give her a crank. Just enough to hold that piece in place, and then you can easily just apply a little bit of pressure. Bend it down to a right angle. Easy enough. If you don't have a vise, you could probably use pliers to do that, but probably won't be as easy. And this will go on here, something like that. Okay. Alright. In the rest of the box, we got what appears to be some kind of mounting hardware. I don't know if I'll use that or not. I don't think I'll need it. And your extension leads. Looks like we got 4 bundles here. Give me a second, I'll unravel it, see how long it is. Alright, unraveled one of the extension leads. And from connector to connector, it's 7 foot and 7 inches is what I measured. I don't know if they're all the same length, but that's what this one is. If they're different, I'll definitely let you know. Okay. Before going any further, I'm going to take these plastic pieces off here. I don't know how well you can see this. Yeah, alright, that looks good. Alright, got a little screwdriver here. The number 1 size Phillips. Really tiny screws on this. But my first concern, and I think some other reviewers on Amazon mentioned it too, is that these housings that these LEDs and the PCBs are in are not waterproof by no means. But that little piece of plastic just comes out of there like that, nothing fancy. And just some wires running back there, nothing high tech or anything here. But my solution to this is going to be silicone, clear silicone. You pick it up at Walmart for, I don't know, $2 or $3 a tube, something like that. You know, of course, you need a gun to run it. I think you can buy silicone in a squeezable tube also, do the same thing. But let's take a look. Okay, you don't want silicone to be in between the LED and the magnifying lens on the inside. I think that's what kind of helps make it bright, so I don't want to mess with that. But we do want it to be around the bottom where the wires and the PCB is exposed. So let's give her a try here. Bear with me. Alright. Just gonna do a little something. Oh shit. A little something like that. A little messy. Hold on a minute, we'll fix her up. Hopefully when I put this plastic piece back on, it'll seal it up real nice. Sorry if you can't see what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to spread this out a little bit. Okay. There we go. Basically just want it to be where the wires come in and where the edge of the plastic housing goes over the board. And that should do it. So put this back over it. On there like that. And replace the screws. Alright. Try not to strip the screw heads out because I might have to take these off again in the future. Looks like we got a good solid seal all the way around. Up in there. But essentially that's what I'm going to be doing to each one of these. There is 6 little LED bars with 3 housings on each. So that comes out to 18 plastic housings I have to silicone like that. Not very hard to do. Plenty of silicone to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. Alright. been about 20 or 30 minutes. I don't know. I wasn't really keeping track of the time, but I've got them all sealed up and looking good. Didn't take very long at all. It's easier if you take all the plastic pieces and the screws out on all the mounts here. Just sit them to the side somewhere and apply the silicone, spread it around, then go ahead and go back and put the plastic clear housings back on and screw them down. It's kind of like an assembly line process. It doesn't take very long at all. I'm going to do some more stuff and I'll be right back. Alright. Here's how I'm going to mount them to my 1/8 inch metal plates. I know 1/8 inch is pretty thick for what I'm trying to do here, but it's what I had laying around, so that's what I used. Got my Craftsman impact driver here, and I've got some drill screws. Okay, if you're not familiar with drill screws, they are the best things ever. Little screw, got a hex bit head. Usually they're the same size as your drill bit adapter, so it goes right in there. No special attachment needed. And it's got a small drill type bit on the end there, so you can drill your hole and screw all at the same time. It's extremely convenient, but a little pricey. I picked these up at a local store for about $5. I got a couple boxes though, I might keep them around. But let me show you what we're gonna do. Alright, I don't have a tripod or anybody else to hold the phone, so I'm going to try the best I can to make this a good angle. Yeah, just got some pliers right here and leaning this against, so forgive me if it's not the best angle. It's the best I can do. But all we're going to do here, drill screw, put it in the hole, and screw it in. Not a whole lot to it. And I'm sorry if I'm sniffling a lot. It's cold as hell out here. It's about 40 degrees outside and I'm wearing a t-shirt because I'm stupid. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Alright. Line it up. Silicone's still a little wet, so I'm getting a little bit of shit on my fingers. It'll be alright. Son of a bitch. Did not go as planned. It's okay. Nothing broke. Alright, got a bite. Sometimes the drill bit on the end of the screw dulls out. Just throw it away, grab another one. Alright. I know that was long and painful. Shouldn't have took that long, but I'm kind of ill prepared, just kind of making this on the fly. Wipe that excess silicone off. And That's it. That's all I'm going to do as far as mounting the lights themselves. You can see I've got a little bit to do with the wiring back here, but we will make it work. So I'm going to go ahead and mount the rest of these and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. It's been about 45 minutes. Got all the little LED mounts on here. I've got all the wires, ran to them, just kind of sloppily hung over them so I could figure out which ones were channel A and which ones were channel B, because it separates them into two channels. You'll see why here in a second. But it looks pretty damn good for what it is. I mean, for 20 bucks, you can't complain a whole lot. Not too shabby. Okay. This is what I got going on. It's a little more detail. Got this unscrewed for the time being, because I don't really use it. But here's all my relays. I've got 3 relays set up here. One for my roof lights facing forward, one for my reverse lights facing to the rear, and one for my caution lights, the flashing amber lights. Okay. And if you don't know how a relay works, look it up. It's a pretty cool little piece of equipment. Essentially, when you hit a switch, the electrical current flowing through the switch goes to the relay, and it causes another circuit to be closed. And when a circuit's closed, it feeds power to the load you want it to go to. So anytime I hit a switch, current goes to the lights that I've selected. Okay. And I've just got wires running to the switches, to the relays. Okay, there's the one for my flashing lights. Zombie lights, just because I thought it was cool. Okay, the wire from the switch comes up to the relay, and the positive out from the relay is right here, connected to this positive on a set of speaker cables I've got. That's what I used to run it with, because I ran out of the other stuff, so I had to use that. And of course I got the other speaker cable on the ground here. And that runs into the engine compartment. Back, you can't really see it because it's dark, but down to the frame. Up under the frame. At the time being, it just stops right here, and the cable is just loose. And I did that just to see what it did when I plugged it in. I'll fix it up and make it nice and neat later on. Okay. We see we have power. Power's on. Somebody in a review on Amazon said that when you switch the controller on, like I just did, the lights will not activate until you press one of the A, B, or C buttons. Okay? Press the A button, lights come on. And I figured which ones were channel A and channel B and set my lights up how I wanted them. I've only got 2 facing the front, 4 facing the rear, because people behind you need to know what's going on more than the people in front of you. This is A selection, kind of a fast strobe back and forth. This is channel B, just a fast wig-wag. If you're familiar with the term wig-wag, you know what I'm talking about. And channel C is all lights just flashing about once a second or half second or something like that. But that's what that looks like. I kind of like B, but obviously A is the best looking one. Okay? Now, we come back to the problem of turning the controller on from the switch in the cab. Obviously, you turn the power off, you turn it back on, nothing happens, like the reviewer said. Now, you press A, lights come on, But I also figured out that if you hold down the A selection, turn the switch off, then turn it back on, the lights come back on. So what that tells me is that I need to open this thing up and make a constant selection on channel A. That way, whenever power is fed into this controller, the lights will come on. So let's see what happens if I hold down A and press B. Okay. It looks like it just screws it up. But after you release selection B, selection A, it continues. So it'll work out. I just need to figure out how to make this happen. So just stand by for a minute. Okay, I'm back. My battery's running low on my phone. It might die. I apologize. I'll try to make this quick. Alright, I popped the back of the controller off. You can see it's just got little push button switches there like in most electronics. Channel A is this one right here. So we can determine that this solder point here and this solder point here are what controls the switch. These are for the two currents. The other two behind them is just the ground or negative or something just to hold the switch onto the board. Nothing important. But these two right here are what we need to connect. So hold on a minute and I'll try to make that happen. Got my soldering iron. As you can see kind of in the... Alright, yeah. Soldering iron. I've got a little piece of solder. This is how we're going to do this. Now, some electronics people out there might cringe at the way I'm doing this, but you can kiss my ass. Because I'm going to do this the way I want to. If you don't know how to solder, you should probably learn how. It's a pretty handy skill to have. Alright. There we go. I don't know if you could see that or not, but essentially what I'm trying to do here is just bridge these 2 points. Just like that. Okay. I hope you can see that. The 2 points are kind of half-ass connected. There we go. That's a lot better. A lot better. Okay. So in theory, if I'm correct, those 2 points should always be on. Okay, I got power switch on. Switch A is connected. I'm going to hit the switch in the cab. And the lights came on. Beautiful. Turn the switch off. Lights are off. Turn the switch on. Lights are on. So that's how you do that, folks. And put it back together and you are good to go. Okay, here's the finished product. Everything's working just like it needs to be. And it is operated from the switch inside the cab, as you saw before. Everything looks good. I went ahead and dressed everything up with some plastic wire loom. I kind of like the way it looks. Some people might disagree. I just zip tied it to the loom that was already on there for the LED forward facing lights. But it looks really great. I mean, for 20 bucks, I'm extremely satisfied. There's some more of the plastic loom. Of course, the red and the black wires are showing. If I really wanted to dress those up, I could get some heat shrink tubing and put over those, but I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to let it be how it is. It's not that eye-popping. People won't really notice it, I don't think. But it turned out really good. From the front, you can't really see them too much, but I'm not worried about that. From the sides, you can definitely see it. If I wanted to buy another kit in the future, the same one, I could put more facing the front, maybe a couple in the grill, and yeah, add on to it if I needed to. And I've got some of the plastic loom just running down with the other right here. It goes under the cab and into the engine compartment. And the control board I just have in the toolbox here in a plastic bag, zip tied off. Everything's watertight. Everything's good to go. That'll just sit right there and just stay there. But that is the finished product. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. It seems like a pretty good product for the price paid. Yeah, I had to do some extra work, like waterproof the LED housings, and had to do some custom work to the strobe controller. Not a big deal. I came out here about, I don't know, about 8:30, 9 o'clock. It's noon now. So what is it, like 3 hours, 4 hours worth of work? So I'm satisfied. It looks sweet. So yeah, just let me know what you think about it. If you got questions, just ask, and I'll try my best to answer them. You guys have a good day.